Well, I've been a grandfather for 3 weeks now, and I'm sure I'm already screwing up. So it's time for Go-To Grandma. Good morning, Kathy Buckworth.
Congratulations, and I'm sure you're not already screwing up.
Oh.
The grandkids, they can't understand you yet, so you're good.
Yeah, but you know what? I wanted to post a little picture of Henry for our segment,
Yes.
but then I noticed that's one of your rules, actually. Get permission before you do stuff like that.
Get permission. Yeah, what I'm talking about today is what I call the groundhog grandparent. And what I mean by
Yeah.
that is people who do the same thing over and over again. And of course, we got to that sort of phrase after watching the Bill Murray movie where he lives the same day over and over again. So some of the behaviors I'm talking about are things like when you say, well, when you were that age, you weren't doing that. Or, well, I think you turned out just fine and I had different rules. Or, I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been a mom for 50, years. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. So those kind of comments that we make to our kids as they're raising our kids can be really kind of painful and hurtful. So we need to stop doing that sort of thing. It is annoying, and it's also not helpful. How's that? It's not helpful, and we all remember what it's like to be a new parent. There's a big thing right now in terms of should kids be able to watch TV. Of course, they should be able to watch this show, but the WHO Health Organization suggests that they shouldn't watch TV until the age of 2. And it's really not helpful to say things like, well, television practically raised you, and you could recite the Barney theme song by heart. What we need to do is, along with other things like feeding and sleeping, start to embrace new parenting strategies that our kids are using. Because guess what, Bob? So annoying. They work and they're based on science. So we need to start listening to our kids instead of saying the same things that we say over and over. Things that you say, like posting images on social media. It's like, well, I'm their grandma. I'm allowed to post whatever I want. You're not, okay? Those are your kids' kids, and you need to ask your kids' permission, or if your grandkids are old enough, ask them permission as well if you can share that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One of the things I also encourage is we're very quick to say, well, it's not the way I did it. Instead of saying that, say, wow, that's actually not the way that I did it, but I'm really, I'm so intrigued by this. Tell me what you're thinking. Pardon me. So kind of get behind some of the strategies if you're not sure what they are, but also just spontaneously praise their parenting style. We, again, know what it's like to be a new parent and feel like we're not doing a great job all the time. Even as an old parent, we feel sometimes we're not doing a great job all the time. So really just praise them, saying, I really like the way this is happening. Your child is doing this really well. I really love the way that you interact with them. That sort of thing can be just such a boost of confidence for your kids.
The support's important.
100%. And of support, not just mental, but physical. Yeah. I find it's like, yeah, I'll take the kids anytime. Well, guess what? Instead of saying that over and over and not taking them, and I know during pandemic times it's tough. I don't actually have hands-on with my grandsons right now.
Yeah.
But arrange a regular schedule if you can, if your schedule allows it. Like I used to take Owen every Tuesday morning and every Thursday afternoon. And then I started taking the younger one at a certain time. They know then what their schedule is. My daughter could program other things she needed to do during that time, instead of that whole anytime drop in. The same goes for things like, as a young adult, I was always told by my parents, come by any time for dinner, you're welcome. Well, you need a more formal, regular invitation than that, because I had 4 kids. I wasn't just going to drop in with my 4 kids for dinner. I really wanted that. Why don't you come by on Sunday? Why don't you come at 4? We'll eat at 5. Make it really easy for them to come over, and that you really are welcoming them, not just we're here anytime you need us. It's not
right, yeah,
really
make it
helpful.
a big deal.
Yeah, make it a big deal, and make it sort of, again, you know what it's like when you have little kids trying to get out the door. And it's like, if you set a schedule with them, it helps them to hit that target. It helps them to feel successful. I feel a lot of the time as new parents, we don't feel successful because we don't just get to check a box that says, raise a fine young human.
Right.
This is such a long process that every time we can say, I got there on time, my kids, had a good time, I got to see my parents, they went to bed on time when I get back. These little wins are so important when you're a new parent, and everything we can do as grandparents to celebrate their successes, to give them milestones that we know they're going to meet and, get to, is so helpful to them.
I had a milestone. I had a win this week. I put a stroller together.
Oh, that's hard.
I know, there's parts missing. They're left over.
Well, okay, let's maybe not put the baby in until we're sure it's safe, Bob. Let's not start a new habit of going to the hospital with the grandchild. That's not good.
Yeah, I'll check with Canadian standards.
I have so much
Kathy,
to teach you.
thanks so much for joining us. We're going to link up your socials at chsh.com.